I bought a new condo in 2008 as well as a resale condo in 2011. It's about more than about 10 years back. So I think it's quite interesting to do a review on real cases.
Exactly. Why do you choose to buy that particular new condo?
Okay, so this is my first condo I bought. It's called Casa Meyer.
Sure.
It's in Potong Pasir itself, right? I bought it in 2008. That time was about 800k. So per square foot is about less than 1,000 per square foot. But bear in mind, it might look cheap for below 1,000 per square foot nowadays. But during the time when I first bought this new condo, it was quite a scary price because 1,000 per square foot in 2008 turns a lot of people off. Looking back, 1,000 per square foot can't even get you a new EC. Yeah, so time have changed. In today's term, 2022, I did a quick valuation using SRX. It's a value about 1.14 million. So on paper profit is about 340k.
42% is quite impressive.
Yeah. So versus the other resale condo I bought in East Point Green near to Simei MRT.
Sure.
And I bought in 2011. The purchase price was about 995k, and in today's SRX value is about 942k. Both I hold it for more than 10 years. I think that the new condo brought me more paper profit than the resale condo itself.
But having said that, Dennis, what made you choose to buy East Point Green at that point in time in 2011?
When a lot of buyers saying that, hey, should I buy new launch or resale? This is what I can share with the takeaway. That what's your buying objective? When you buy a house, you might want to have, I want to make money and yet stay. This is a hybrid, but there should be a bigger component. Is it more for investment or more for own stay? Personally, I felt that new launch is more for investment. You should buy with a bigger component of making money. As Manuel said, new launch, there's a lot of more historical data of profit making. For resale, I think it's more for own use. When I bought this East Point Green in 2011, it's more for personal reason. Because for my case, I just relocated from China back to Singapore, and my China wife and my mom and family just got to stay together in Singapore. So there was a bit of family conflict. In Mandarin, it's 相见容易相处难. A lot of conflict. So I thought maybe why not I just buy somewhere nearby for my parents to stay, so that we can see each other but avoid the conflict. So that one, in simple terms, is more for own use. So when I bought it in 2011, I expected to not make money at all. So when you ask me, is it correct? I say, in terms of economic sense, it's not correct. But in terms of family reason, this cannot be quantified by value of money. But if you need the place to stay, even you know that you might not make as much money as a new investment or new launch, but you're buying for own stay to make your family happy, to give them a better life with a condo, with a swimming pool. Is that wrong? Not wrong, what? Because it's a family value. How do you quantify family value? You can see from this graph, right? I bought a 3-bedroom for this East Point Green, right? For the similar size, the first owner prices are between 646k to 872k. So this is the buying price for the first batch of owner. On average, for this size, 764k. So what I'm trying to say is that for someone who buy a resale, right, in my case, we are buying second hand from the first batch owner. Assuming they bought $1 and then just bought from there at 1.4, for example, from this table itself. So when I want to sell to the next guy at 1.4, I will be fighting against those lower price competitors at $1. Yeah, all these are simplified to make things easier. So for resale, bear in mind that you are facing a lot of first batch owners who bought at lower price. So it's very hard for you to want to ask for a sky high price. But everyone knows that new launch is better, but they are always deterred by the new record breaking price. Being new, the land price will cost higher, the construction cost will be higher.
The reason also why most people are deterred by new launches is because they don't have the benefit of hindsight. Because at that point in time, people always feel, oh, I'm most priciest, I'm the most expensive in this area, no way this can make money. But as it has proven time and time again, the sale is a very good example actually. And not just the sale, but many other iconic launches like Interlace, for example, and The Leader, they all have made money, you know. People always say, architecture look weird, you know, mega development, too many units over here, won't sell, it's like a village by itself. They have all made money actually, you know. But it's just that I think this fear, these people have this quite rational or irrational fear that I come inside, I may be making a loss. You know?
It's quite common because
quite common,
this is a
yeah.
big ticket item.
Yeah, it is.
Easily because single
Investment,
item
yeah.
that you do in your lifetime itself.
Yes, yes.
Just now, Augustine was mentioning that this could be a case of new launch versus resale condo. It could also be a freehold versus 99. Is that
Yes,
right? Yeah.
yes.
So I guess your personal preference would be for freehold condo. Is that right?
Yes. Freehold and new.
Wow.
But of course, budget constraints.
Best of both worlds, right? Freehold and new, right?
Beside budget constraint, the other constraint will be your choice.
Yeah.
If you so-called die want to have a freehold condo, assuming that the budget is not issue, you might be facing another issue: the lack of choices.
Yes. Lack of
Because
choices.
Singapore government land sales are all 99 years.
Yeah.
So if you really want a freehold and in good location, especially near MRT, it will be quite tough. So I think there's no perfect story or perfect choices. So
Yeah.
just prioritize what is important to you.
Yes.
If budget is the biggest constraint, then likely you have to settle for a resale and its own stay. Likely you cannot wait for 3 years unless you're ready to rent during the construction of the new condo itself. For this condo, my plan is that because it's a very old condo. This East Point Green, a 3-bedroom, tenure is from 1996. So I was betting that this will be on block in the long term. 5 years cannot wait 10 years. This is going to be a long term game. But bear in mind, on block is not guaranteed. You have to hold for a long waiting game.
Yeah.
But the fact is that if you check out the records, there are very few condos in Singapore that's more than 40 years old.
When you did the recent SRX value for your East Point Green, right, and you saw that the value actually dropped below your purchase price, do you feel a little bit upset? Do you feel like, a bit of regret?
The thing is that you must recognize what is the objective in buying in the first place. Honestly, I didn't feel that big a pain because I know from day one that I bought this just to keep the family harmony together. So may I ask you, is a family harmony worth $1, $1,000 or $1 million?
Oh, you cannot quantify that, right?
Quantify.
Cannot. So now you have 2 properties on hand. One have made money, one have not made money. Have you considered selling the one that have made money actually?
It's a very good question. So then let me ask you back the question. If I were to sell the property,
Sure.
do you know what you want to do with the money?
For me, if I know that I want to do property investment, I need to make sure that I have a property in mind in the first place. Otherwise, I will not be touching this Casa Meyer,
right.
the one that have made money.
If you are the owner for this Casa Meyer,
Yeah.
before you sell, you have to ask yourself this question: what is your next move? What will you be using the money for? If it just involve selling away and putting the money in the bank, maybe that I will not suggest because the interest rate is very low. If you sell this property with the intention of buying stocks, buying cryptocurrency, or even buy property, you must make your plans. For property, bear in mind that you have to calculate that do you have the quota, so-called the namesake, or else you'll be paying the EBSD. So all these factors come into mind.
yes.
For investment property, you should have an exit plan. That's very important. Yeah.
Yes. I think this applies not just to you but to all our audience who's watching this video.
This topic can go non-stop because it's really a new condo versus old condo, freehold versus 99. It's a lot. This is a very common FAQ on people's mind.
And if you look at it, it's a 42% increase from the day you bought it. 42%.
Yep. So this is a real true story for myself. So if you have any questions that you feel like asking, feel free to text us or WhatsApp us in the number below, and we'll do our best to answer your question. Bear in mind that there's no foolproof investment. Okay. Using this case back as example, my first owner bought in 1997 at about 834k, right? So it sold to me at 2011 about 995k. So the profit is about 100k plus. But you look at the number of years he hold, right? Actually, it's not that fantastic. Yeah. Why? Because he bought it in the 1997. That's when the Asian financial crisis hit. And Asian financial crisis hit, the price index was quite high. So what I'm trying to say is that even if all your theory or strategy is correct, there's no guarantee of profit even for new launch. Because you might done all your homework, but there's a crisis that comes and prices just fall and you cannot hold, then you will likely be expected to make losses from.
So looking at this private property index, where do you think the market will be headed, Dennis?
I think actually it's quite obvious. Singapore government will not allow the price to rise too much. So all the price increase will be moderated because the government doesn't want too much
Last year has
speculation.
been quite a ride. The real estate prices in Singapore have been very robust. Even with COVID, You see, the prices have been going up.
Yes,
instead of
amazingly,
down, right?
amazingly
Yeah.
actually.
Just look at the way our government structured the whole thing. So if there's a big crisis that affect us, there's actually a lot of things they can U-turn, they can
Okay.
tweak,
Yeah.
they can bring
Really?
down, they remove ABSD, they can increase the TDSR, so they can loan more, right? Make it more easy for people to buy second property. So there are a lot of things they can tweak. So we have a lot of buffers. So that one I'm less worried.
But you know the ironic thing is that during COVID, they didn't actually tweak, they actually enhanced it actually. So which goes to show how attractive our local property market scene is, you know.
Because Singapore property market or Singapore as a country became a very attractive to a lot of neighbors in our neighboring countries who
Yeah.
are facing a lot of management crisis from COVID.
Yes.
So Singapore shine in that aspect with free vaccine, fast vaccine vaccination, and fast execution of measures, and it proven that our economy is quite resilient. So whether it's a new condo for you or resale condo, or are you looking for a freehold versus a 99? So there are a lot of questions. So if you have any questions, just feel free to text us or WhatsApp us the number.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll do our best to help you.